sugar, spice, and everything nice. These were the ingredients chosen to make the perfect little girl. But Mr. J-Man accidentally added an extra ingredient to the concoction. Chemical X. Thus, the T-Girls were born. Using her unique life experiences, Tiffany has dedicated her life to fighting sexism and the forces of evil. Yeah, being trans is a lot of balls. But it could be worse. I could be a straight man with a micro penis. I think that's worse. Man, I'm sorry. At least I get fetishized. But you're out of the game. Part 1. The Tiffy lore. It all started when I was a little boy. A gay boy to be exact. At least that's what I thought at first. I was a ding-dang fruitcake right from the get. Always the center of attention. Always dancing. Always being fabulous. Always being picked on for it. Always crying. Always fighting everyone. And I mean everyone. My core memory, my favorite memory, was when I was shaking my booty. In the Philippines, we had a word for that. Kending. Kending, which was a very thing to do. My dad didn't like that. He was like, I don't want no kending around here. You're turning the darn cockroaches, guy. And what I did was, I took a stool, stood on top of it, and I shook my ass like I've never shook it before. It was glorious. Needless to say, I got my ass whooped. I think it was the belt that day. Another core memory was me singing. It was Abba's Dancing Queen. I had the sun shining on me and everything. Only 17. Everyone was amused, except for one. So if you're wondering why I like getting spanked, blame my parents. My father's not evil. He was only parenting the way he knew how. Both of my parents were absent for most of my life. Both of them were out there hauling ass just to get money for us, while I stayed at home, increasing my power. It's okay. They would have stopped me from being who I am today. And who I am today is awesome. My dad being in the military and my mom being quite religious. The survival rate was 0. I would often be called malamya, or in English, clumsy. By the way I moved, my limp wrist, by the way I spoke. They kept on teasing me, and I'd always just say, I'm just anemic. Over time, I got more and more defensive. I am a manly man, grr. As if I didn't put a bright sparkly fabric over my legs and pretended I was a mermaid. Like, that was a dead giveaway, bro. But alas, their teasing and my fear of being ostracized grew stronger. And the next thing you know, I was in the closet. I came out shortly after the death of my oldest brother. It reminded me that life is short and that I should live my life how I darn diddly dang want to. It was a fresh new horizon. My flamboyancy skyrocketed to new heights. I remember when my sister put a full face on me for the first time. I looked just like her. I started wearing makeup. Before putting BBCs on my face, I put BB creams first. I remember attracting both girls and boys in senior high. Femboys are huge in the Philippines, I guess. I learned about birth control pills and how it feminized the T-girls of the past. I remember being elated coming home from the pharmacy. That one pill that started it all. I did my own research. I did my own experiments, which is quite dangerous. But I wasn't scared. I was Asian. My fashion gradually became more and more femme. From wearing dresses as a joke to wearing them for real. And the next thing you know, I was staring at myself in a large mirror in the living room. I had goosebumps. It felt like, for the first time, I finally saw myself. You're so pretty. In that moment, I envisioned my younger selves. All those nights, conquering dark alleyways, battling the good old dysphoria, stabbing my hips multiple times a week. Sometimes I couldn't walk the day after. It was all worth it. Didn't we do it? Yes, we did. We finally fucked Lightning McQueen. What? Come to think of it, I never really planned on being a trans woman. It just happened. It was like one day, oh shit, I guess I'm a girl now. And yes, I had a thing for him, amongst other things. Anyways, being trans is a lot of balls. Although this is not a woe is me, I'm more oppressed than you are kind of video. Everyone suffers in their own way. I just think it's interesting and fascinating to learn how we do. And that's what the second video is gonna be about. My unique, silly experiences and how I traverse our heteronormative world. Very fun stuff. To be continued.